King's Dominion, a park located in Doswell, Virginia, about 30 to 45 minutes north of Richmond, part of the Cedar Fair Six Flags Company, also the former Paramount Park, which has some great rides and roller coasters like Pantherion, previously known as Intimidator 305, a Giga Coaster and the third one ever created, Twisted Timbers, an RMC redo of the former Hurler, and Rapterra, the newest B&M launch wing coaster. This park is over 50 years old and is constantly changing all the time with new additions coming in and going. They are always trying to find ways to make this park better in the future. Hey guys, Pennsylvania Ohio Coasters here with another video. I am going to predict the next 5 years for this park's future attractions. While this is going to be a hard one to do while they are always adding something new every year, or some years they take off to focus on the way the park looks. Either it is a small or large addition, it will be interesting to see what they will add or what they will mainly focus on that year and how it will affect the park's future, as it is trying its best to get people to come out, as this is a park that is trying to become one of the top in the chain as compared to what Cedar Point is or even Kings Island or Carowinds. If you haven't, check out my Cedar Point 5-year plan from 2026 to 2030. The link is in the description below and the card is in the right hand corner. This time, I am going to make my bold predictions from the years 2026 to 2030. Before we do that, let's go back to see what they added from 2021 to today. In 2021, King's Dominion did a water park addition. After removing Big Wave Bay and Splash House, they added Coconut Shores, which opened with Lighthouse Landing and Sand Dune Lagoon. In 2022, King's Dominion opened Tumbili, an SNS 43 spin, which replaced the Crypt and Jungle Expedition. They also gave Avalanche a new name, Reptilian, and Scrambler was also renamed to Arcanaudia. In 2023, King's Dominion didn't do much that year. They retracked Grizzly and the Grand Prix Raceway closed. In 2024, King's Dominion's Intimidator 305 gets renamed to Project 305 due to the Dale Earnhardt licensing expiring, and roller coaster Anaconda retires due to service life. In 2025, King's Dominion celebrates its 50th season of operation. They also opened the world's fastest, longest launched B&M wing coaster, Rapterra, which replaces the Volcano Blast coaster. Also, Project 305 gets renamed to Pantherion, which has still not opened for the season. Now that's the last 5 years of recap for King's Dominion. Here are the next 5 years starting in 2026. In 2026, I think that King's Dominion will have an off year to do park improvements, since they just had their 50th anniversary of the park operation. They may do some things in the park that are much needed. No new rides will come. This will be a year that they can do in order to prepare themselves for the upcoming future. But I will predict that if Pantherion does not open in 2025, I will predict that Pantherion will open in 2026 if that refurbishment does not finish in 2025 at all, since this is taking longer than expected, as they are slowly getting the last minute things done on it. In 2027, I think that King's Dominion will focus on the water park that year. Add something like a new water slide, something like a water coaster since King's Dominion doesn't have one. They should add something like what Kings Island just added this year, somewhere in the water park. I think that Six Flags is going to start adding these types of attractions into their water parks to make it better in the future, as they're always trying to find ways to make their attractions better, since this can be an attraction to improve the water park to make it better in the future. It will be the fastest, longest water slide out there. In 2028, I think that King's Dominion will focus on their thrill rides that year. They will add a new thrill ride in the park, and what will it be? I think it'll be a Zamperla Top Scan. I feel like this type of thrill ride is needed in the park to add to their collection of thrill rides. While they may not have the room, I feel like this type of attraction can go into Jungle Expedition. There is a plot of land that they can put it in close to Rapterra. It can be themed to the jungle, something close to what Rapterra is, as they are trying to find what's best to add to this park, as they are always competing with Busch Gardens down the road. While it can be something that King's Dominion can think about what the theme and the features of the ride can be, this will be something that is much needed for King's Dominion's flatline lineup. In 2029, I think King's Dominion will add their next roller coaster. It would have been 4 years since their last one, and I think they can add another one this year. What I think they can add is another launch coaster. Since Rapterra has done well, I think they really need another multi-looping coaster, since Dominator is their only looping coaster at the moment and they removed Anaconda recently. I think they'll add either a Mac launch, something like Copperhead Strike, or Premier Rides launch coaster, something like Alpenfury at Canada's Wonderland. This will go into the plot of land that Anaconda was once on, and it will be a great addition to the park. This could be the fastest, multi-looping, and longest launch coaster. It could even break the inversion record in North America. Other ideas that I had in mind was an infinity coaster or a B&M, not an invert or a dive due to Busch Gardens an hour away. Maybe the flying coaster or any coaster model of some sort. I would go with the Mack or Premier Rides launch coaster for that year and add this to their collection of roller coasters to ensure that it is one of the best thrill machines. This can even outdo Twisted Timbers or a Pantherion in the park in making this like one of the best launch coasters out there. It can even outdo Alpen Fury, which is still not opened, or Copperhead Strike, or even Maverick at Cedar Point. In 2030, I think King's Dominion will focus on their kids' attractions that year, since they are due to add something in that type of area. What I would think could happen is that they could add another kids coaster to the plot of land that is closer to Jungle Expedition. While they only have 2 kids coasters at the moment, the coaster type that I would predict would be a family boomerang, a Vekoma boomerang, something like Snoopy Stope Box Racers that would come to the section, like what Kings Island has that they recently opened, so that they can give King's Dominion another kids type of coaster in the park. While King's Dominion has added multiple big coasters in the recent years, this will be a great addition to the kids or family attractions to the park as they are doing what is needed for the park. In 2031, I think that King's Dominion will do is they will add their next roller coaster, and it will be... Actually, my time is up. We may have to wait and see what actually comes in the next 5 years and go from there. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button. Follow the TikTok and Instagram. I will try to post on those daily. New videos coming out either once or twice a week. See you guys later. Bye.